Hello everybody and welcome back to the MiNameIsJake channel, and I threatened this in the last recording I did of the Minecraft Let's Play, that I kind of fancied playing older versions of the game and progressing forward through them, sort of at my leisure if you like, because I've got 10 years of updates to go through, and I decided I'll try installing Minecraft Beta1.7.3. How do you quit this? Like that, I guess. Okay. But look how quick this game launches. Fantastic. I played this game for 2 minutes. I had so much nostalgia that I was just like, nope, I've got to record myself playing this. So let's test. I'm going to call this Minecraft Memory Lane. Minecraft Memory Lane. Create the new world. Ooh, and here we are in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. Now, I don't think I ever played this game like when it was the current version. Oh, you have entity IDs above. See, this is the thing. Well, entity IDs above things in a 3 menu. But I've watched a lot of this, obviously, with Mac in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. I tell you what will be sort of traditional for this is whenever we do upgrade the game, checking the release notes. Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 release. So the release date will be interesting. So Beta 1.7.3 is a version of Java Edition Beta, released on July 8th, 2011. Fixed Beta 1.7.2, 1.7.01. What came in 1.7? What came in Beta 1.7? So it added Pistons and sticky pistons. It added Shears. It also added Silverfish, although it can't be summoned and there was no AI for it. Brick textures changed, cobblestone textures changed. Cobwebs now require a sword or shears. You can now place any block on top of fences. Single slabs now use the bottom half of the full block's texture. Flint and steel is now required to trigger TNT. In F3, facing indicates a direction, as you can see, 0, 1 to 3. The bedside texture and cakes have been moved in texture packs, and sheep no longer drop wool from punching them. They must either be sheared or killed. Bugs, right-clicking a sheep causes the game to crash. This is back in 1.7.0, I guess. Fixed clay generation, and squids can now despawn. Unlicensed copy of this version. Ah! Minecraft Beta 1.7 unlicensed copy, sad face, all locked in from another location. Purchase at Minecraft.net. And this is back where there wasn't an official creative mode, so whenever you used a modded creative mode, it gave you 111 of everything, and I think that just kind of broke the counter and let you have unlimited. So that is Beta 1.7. 1.7_01, which was the update after that, was the last version worked on solely by Notch. And it was actually 1.7_01. Fixed a bug of Pistons and the sheep. 1.7.2. Fixing Pistons. Oh yeah, 1.7.3. Corrected block duplication bug when using Pistons. Corrected rest of torch duplication. Client crash. Ice blocks. Powered rails. Doors. The old Minecraft website. And yeah, this is the last one to use this kind of terrain. So let's begin how we always begin. Oh, my skin doesn't work in this version of the game. I don't know if you could customize skins or not, to be honest. Oh, of course you can, because of Kurt. I have to remember that you have seen a lot of this version of the game played. Nearly 1,000 frames per second, everybody. That's quite impressive. In fact, it won't quite get there. But I mean, the whole idea of the sold this idea of this mode to me is like, how cool would it be to create, you know, some diamond? Oh my god, this is a massive tree. I didn't know they could do this in this version of the game. That they, you know, you craft, you know, a set of diamond armor in 1.8, and then go and enchant it in version 1.8 release. You know, other than, you know, the likes of Kurt, I guess, although, you know, he didn't play for all those versions. But, like, I don't know what version of the game E.P.01's current single player started. I'm losing my voice here. I think that was like 1.2, I think that started. Oh, this is before, whoops, entity cramming in terms of items. So every item is represented sort of singularly. So if you have 64 items on the floor, 164 items are on the floor in front of you. Whereas, you know, now if you pick up a stack of stuff, it'll have, you know, sort of actually like 6 actually represented on the ground, but you're picking up a whole stack. So obviously this version of the game plays very well. There's no sprint. I have changed the bindings to sort of how I play games now, where control is shift, if you see what I mean. But no sprint button. Was that a 1.8 release thing, maybe? Off the top of my head. Another thing I should say with this as well is, I am more than welcome, or more than willing, should I say, to... This just seems very loud. And I understand that it's a comically large mouse. It's because it doesn't render at 440p, so it's like zoomed in. Chill that down a bit. I am fully well up for making this a multiplayer series, but I don't want to just you know, slap on the Minecraft forum as a thing. Maybe at a later date. But not for a while. But no, like, I don't know. If someone was like, hey, I'll play that multiplayer who, like, I could trust not to just abandon or get bored or push too quick. You know, Nebris would be a nightmare on this. Yeah, I'd be up for that. In terms of how often we're going to upgrade, I don't really know until we've got past this version, because I want to do quite a lot in this version. And obviously, because we're starting literally from scratch punching trees, it may take a while. If it was a multiplayer, maybe every couple of months, because it depends on how big the update is. And obviously, some updates were labeled kind of minor, like 1.4.5 to 1.4.7. You think it's just another bug fix update. And they've done a lot more like this recently, but it wasn't. It added jungles, it added like jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. It was sort of like a pre-Halloween update, if I remember correctly. So that's why it was rushed out as a 1.4 update as opposed to being rolled into 1.5. And there are updates like 1.5. You don't really think about it, because it was very much every other update was a big update in terms of what it was used for. So like 1.2 was big with Tekken and stuff, 1.4 with Feed the Beast, 1.6 was sort of survival game stuff, and that sort of 1.3, 1.5, 1.9 was slightly different, 1.8, 1.7 again. But yeah, there's a period of time there, sort of from release to, again, maybe 1.8. Oh, it's getting dark. I should probably try to see if I can find any more sheeps. Any more sheeps? Because I would like to sleep and not have to just wait in a hole, which is my sort of only option at this point. Slightly terrifying noise. Oh, it says chicken. And of course, none of the crafting stuff works how you expect it to. Spooky noises. And yeah, this game gets properly dark. Like, it is insanely dark for me. It's alright for you. I'm slightly tuning and using the OBS screen to see what the hell I'm doing. Oh, I've made 2 pickaxes instead of what I wanted to do. But you know, if this, I can see absolutely nothing. If this goes on for as long as I hope it does, again using the OBS window now to call. If this goes on as long as I hope it does, to the point where we do eventually catch up with current versions of the game, you know, it'd be great that we can come back to this cave. This is another thing. You know, if I do eventually go multiplayer, I'm not sure if I'd want spawn here, where I started. You know, this would almost be a museum of, you know, this was the first night. And I feel like I'm playing it how I would have originally, not out of like, oh, nostalgia, let's pretend to be crap and build a cobblestone house or whatever. So what I feel like we have to do in this game, like I feel like if I was given, you know, the current version of the game as, you know, my first try, it would have felt very different and very strange. Oh, we're into sandstone. Okay. Is it day yet? Wishful thinking. Not yet. Of course, no food in this game. That was a big Beta 1.8. I actually miss this old gravel texture. I miss the old sounds. Like obviously something that you won't have heard in a while. Oop. Oop, not a big enough drop. Tell you what, I'm sure you'll hear it eventually. But like the old damaged sounds and stuff. But this is one of the things that I really loved about multi-MC is the fact that, you know, I've got no risk of accidentally starting this world in the latest version of the game and breaking it. Because another thing as well is that the game over the years has got better at handling big terrain changes. Something that I do want to do is spend some time in this version of the game, maybe 1,000 blocks square at least, generating some terrain. Because obviously, right, in the very next version, there's a massive terrain change. And you know, I want some of the 1.7 terrain. And I think this is basically, since, you know, the idea of biomes came into the game is how it's worked. Oh my god, the game must look really dark. It's also, obviously I know it's running at like 4 billion frames per second. Oh, is it still not day yet? But obviously, when I have seen any of this game being played, it's been jewelry because of Haze of the Farlands, which we won't be doing. We won't be doing that. That's not what this series is. I haven't got 14 years. But I would certainly like to spend some time sort of gathering the basics together, maybe building a small house in this version of the game, maybe going to the nether, because this is another thing I'm going to have to remember to sort of generate. Whoops. This trick still works just about. But yeah, the nether does exist in this game. So in each version, you just sort of load a bit of the nether. And I can actually see the nether being quite important, because this world's going to be quite big. You know, obviously I've been playing hours and hours and hours of whoops. That's kind of a bit loud. Let's just chill out a bit. you know, we're going to be able to show so many different types of terrain, or where we're going to want new terrain to load new things, that the world's going to be quite large. So the nether is going to be quite important. But again, I don't want to make our nether hub here. You know, I almost want to, where there is big terrain changes, spawn a new area. And maybe the nether would be the best way of doing that. It's daytime. Oh, there are still bad things. Oh. So you don't always get food. What colour the wool is doesn't matter. Food also doesn't stack. But considering you only need food for... Yes, they don't hold bows properly, but the old sounds, I love the old sounds. Yeah, that was the old sound, everybody. Also, yeah, it doesn't help if you cook them, it adds more hearts. Okay. That's a very rudimentary health system. I don't know if you can actually get chicken from chickens or if you just get feathers. Hello, cows. Well, you have ears in this version of the game. You definitely don't have them in the modern version, I'm sure. I should probably kill some more of these pigs. I'm getting super lucky with pork chops, my god. I thought I'd mine up some iron. Oh, there it is. Where's our hidey hole? Where did I put our little hidey hole? Let's make a furnace. Let's cook up some food. Cook up some iron as well. Make a new note. Minecraft memory lane. So spawn is at 63, 67 minus 161, which is a lot. Well, it's further away. Not that. It's not exactly a lot further away, but it's a lot further away than what. The test world spawn was. Let's. I don't know also why the mouse sort of goes over to the bottom left every time. Not sure if you can, if you've noticed that. So if I go in, the mouse is over there. That's annoying. Right, so we'll chuck a thing in there. Chuck a thing. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. No XP either in this version of the game, of course. I do think it's... Oh. A wooden pig. Put that there. We'll keep our original crafting bench can stay there. Also, I'm not sure if this cooks less food or it's just because I'm not very efficient at getting stuff in there. That's what she said. Also, I mean, this is dark oak. I'm fairly sure F3 doesn't tell you what stuff is. Well, I'm fairly sure that is dark oak. Or is that just regular oak that's a bit big? I don't really know. It's getting dark again already. Oh, the thing doesn't stick out in this version of the game. Okay, well, we've got far too much food, so that's sort of our sacred chest. Let's just... Did double chests exist yet? They did! We'll leave that there, so the trifecta of firsts. But I don't know, other than just exploring the different versions of the game, I don't specifically have a goal to this. Honestly, if you have this game, even if it's on a pretty poopy computer, fire up Beta1.7. Just make you feel like you're on like an AI supercomputer, but from 2011. I love every single item's on the floor. I don't know when they started doing entity cramming, I can't remember. But how are we 21? Yeah, but so how far? Okay. Okay, so they definitely did extend the reach because you can do 5. That was only 4. diamonds. Also, the problem in this generation up until the caves update was the fact it was just super easy to find diamonds. Basically, you get to level 16 and strip mine. The whole series, or the whole thing, was just strip mining. That was the point of it. Is it night yet? This is very Beta1.7.3. This jittery. We should branch off in a different direction, try and find a cave. Or maybe we should go exploring. Again, it depends. Oh, I can't sleep. Can't sleep. In fact, we have the perfect amount of wood kicking about. Oh, the old classic beds. Come on. Can't sleep at night. Okay. We'll do some light exploring with what's left. Whereabouts? Where is the sun? Oh, this is about to set. Doing fine for coal. Let's go back to our hole. I'll just try digging in a different direction. See if we can find a cave. And again, this is me not forgetting to sprint. This is no sprinting in this version of the game. It used to get dark even where there's torches. Learning, ladies and gents, learning. I must have spent so many hours doing this. Just digging down. And then branch mining, which I'm not going to do here. At least, unless I'm really desperate, because I did say I don't want to get a full set of diamond armor in this version of the game. It would also be really helpful in the comments if you can let me know if there's anything I should try and get in this game that was maybe removed in future releases of the game, like notch apples. Like if I look for golden apple. so I mean, golden apples were added in Java Edition Inf Dev, which, what does Inf stand for? In for the development? Oh, infant development. And InfDev was the first where you could get, yeah. Yeah, so you had classic, survival test, Indeed, InfDev, alpha, beta, full release. Yeah, okay. Blocks of gold. Okay, so let me write some of this down. 1.7 achievements. Full set of diamond. I also want to get a notch apple. Apples can never find stronghold chests. Oh, so I can't make one until 1.8. So I just want to find a golden apple. Because the other thing is, if I want to generate 1,000 by 1,000 blocks, I need to make sure that all of it's generated. Just don't want one like spiky thing in the middle. Oh, that's better up. Okay, I think that's. I don't know if that's fully bedtime or if it's daytime now. I don't really know. This again may be another series that I play off camera. It's just going to be more of a pain to transfer across. I'll grab this coal while I'm here. I can hear the zombies. But I think this is going to be a fun thing. I don't know how often it's going to be done. I'm not sure if it's going to take up sort of the semi-regular slot on whatever days this normally goes up, or Minecraft normally goes up, or if it's going to be a separate thing. I don't know. But feedback on this idea would be really useful. So I've gone. Oh fuck me. Okay. No, this is not the way. I can't block. This isn't the way I want this to end. For this episode to end, please. Oh, pig. Oh. First iron pick gone. So we can do find some more iron. Ooh. Hey. we definitely have more problems on our second night, but we're dealing with them more okay. I think I'm going to leave this episode here, and this can be something I can do more off camera. It is also nearly 10 o'clock at night on a school night. It's becoming day. Lovely. Do I maybe want to... Oh, I could have slept. I forgot about that. Oh, there's a spider on my head. There is a spider on my head. There's a spider killing itself. Desperately trying to get away. Oh god. Oh god. Save me, chicken. Because creepers don't burn during the day. Ooh, skeleton trying to... Oh, okay, there's our first creeper explosion of this world. Oh god. Could this be the first death? Could this be the first death? Poking me up? Or beef me up? Okay. Of course, no sort of eating animation or anything, so... I wonder if we should put signs on things to sort of mark dates and stuff. Hello, friend. Oh, God. Wolves. Let me get a wolfie. Have I got bones? Let me have bones. Have I got bones? Damn you, skeletons. Give me some bones. Where did that skeleton over here die? It is interesting that stuff seems to be sort of coming towards me. Oh. Not these guys. If you can get away from my bed, that would be great. Hi. Thank you. Plenty of what's it that would be great to put me with the world? Plenty of gunpowder. Sugar cane. Can you make books in this game? So I've got leather. So you can't write in them yet, but if you can make a book, you can probably make a crafting table. And if you can make a crafting table, I mean an enchanting table, you can, you know, repair an Apache helicopter. Okay, you can't make books, but you can make paper? Okay. Also, chests don't open. I've just noticed. Also, I'm sure that in a version of the game, there's like... It has the version of the game always on the screen. Maybe that is just Beta1.8. Should I make a house? Sort of seems tradition that you make a cobblestone house. And even in this version of the game, or even in the very early version of the games, I was a stickler for making things sort of sensibly. So, like, I'm going to put cobble under here as well. I should probably... Whoops. Get rid of some of that. I am about to lose my first shovel as well. Would be a baller move to make a... That's gravel. I feel like I did that a lot back in the day as well. Because what I used to... Another thing I used to do a lot was basically... This half of the inventory was just spare equipment. I would just make 4 of everything at a time. Also, I'm not sure if this was a Java thing, or maybe it's like a very early Pocket Edition thing, but I'm sure nothing ever despawned. Like if you left a circling bit of dirt, circling I mean like what it's doing now, spinning around, it would stay there forever. Like the only way of actually getting rid of stuff is either crafting it or dropping it into lava. But this is another thing that I meant about, like, entities not disappearing or cramming or whatever. Every bit of dirt that we dig has an entity lying on the floor. Right, so we need some cobble. I'm really bad at aiming in this version of the game. I think just because of the... Oh, come on. Reduced distance. I also kind of want to kill some more sheeps. So I can have another bed in here. I just seem to place things slightly slower. Why am I using cobble? I don't want to use cobble. I want to use wood for floors. I just wanted to do a cobble ring around the outside. My bad. Now just wait for what feels like years. This is how a lot of people sort of played their first long time in Minecraft. You know, no armor, stone equipment. But again, if this is a series that you're interested in, and not only just for like the YouTube algorithm, but just also like for me to know it's worth my time, is wood different? No, it isn't. Let me know if this is a series that you're interested in. Or even if it isn't one you're interested in watching, if it's at least a series that's made you go, let me fire up like the first version of Minecraft I ever played. Which I know this is one before for me technically, but chests are exactly the size of a block in this version of the game. I wonder if the reason why they're slightly smaller is so they could fit the buckle. Oh, but I forgot. Do I have any sheep nearby? I have a sheep nearby. Come here. This feels so slow. Oh, my Mac Mini's at 101 degrees. Why? I mean, it's fine for it to be at 101 degrees. It'll cope, but what's happened now that's specifically got any interest? Let me close some Safari windows. Don't happen to have a third sheep anywhere? No, we've got some wolves. Right, where's our hole then? Yeah, but like, why are you mad? OBS Studios apparently was making you mad. Okay. After all this time, you've had enough. Bizarre. All right. Is it not night enough yet, or do I have to do like an empty hand or something strange? No. Can you be night so I can sleep? There you go. Also, it is Safari web content. Let's close that. Just because of the ads on the Minecraft wiki, possibly. The temperature's coming down. It may have legitimately been ads running on the Minecraft wiki. Got a few tabs open. Thanks, Minecraft wiki. I want to find a sheep so I can make a bed. And I can sort of class this as a house. Even though there's no walls or anything of actual interest. It's amazing how dark it gets. 1.8 I think is what introduced different lighting. Beta 1.8 was a big update. But no, sheep would be nice. Also, I'm already beginning to think that maybe walking around to generate... Oh, the sheep is just snow. To generate 1,000 blocks. That's a bit of a pain. Animals do just seem to randomly sort of spawn in places you've already been, because obviously I've been all over here. I like your little ears. I wish they kept you. I think this might be a good place for the doors. Okay, that's an odd number. That's also an odd number. Great. Maybe I will just, for the sake of my sanity, take this a further thing backwards. Oh. Goodbye, shovel. Is that how bad shovels are in like the main version of the game now? Or did they up things at some point? Okay, so I do the same trick again of 3. Just to help me visualize the middle. So that's the middle. Yeah, that's about the that's about the standard of house. In fact, it's not made out of dirt. It's a bit hoity-toity for what you make as your normal first house in this game. I love the old sounds in the game. I really do. Put a bit of line here just to make sure nothing comes in and explodes. Maybe gravel is like our outside path. Do they have doors in this version of the game? There's also like random things that I'm like, do they have this in this version of the game? Oh, you only get one door. Can't stack them. Do you have pressure plates in this game? Does this have redstone yet? Oh my god, it does. Oh, I remember this. So you've got to sort of... You've got to set it so that... Really? Basically, you have an off position and an on position instead of like a toggling position. So you've got to... I remember this. A perfectly working door. And of course, this is before zombies interacted with doors, so that shouldn't be a problem. What? Okay, you can left or right click apparently to open doors. Okay. So what happens if I stand on here and place it? it's facing this way, it goes there. Facing this way, it goes there. I forgot about this, but I remember it now, about how much a pain in the ass it was. Okay, so do I need to do some redstone to get this to work? I don't have any redstone, so I don't know why I'm digging out the floor. Ooh, chicken laid an egg, we can have cake. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's just... Also, when they're on the floor, they're insanely massive. Look at that. Okay. So we can mine from sand from somewhere, and then we got a furnace, so we can make some glass. But then I think we're basically all right with that. I think I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, this is a new series. Oop, that was a waste. Bit experimental. Also, I'm just thinking, I haven't seen any bones, and we've seen plenty of zombies. I wonder, do you get wolves with meat in this version of the game? Oh, bad time to have decided to do this. But I'm sure they were over here. Please don't say you've despawned. Oh, there's a bit of a slidey motion. Wolves, please. They've gone. Fantastic. Never mind. I think I'm going to do a bit of a sort of ornate wooden roof on there. But this is so nostalgic. Oh, I ate beef again. Whoops. Never mind. Let's make a bed. You don't know how to make a shield or anything dumb. But you can't even block in this version of the game. This is before that. You know, all those things where people do like, oh, this was the iPhone with the notch, and then this is the iPhone with the dynamic island, and then in 2028 they're going to not at all. Well, this is sort of the same thing, you know, we've gone from not being able to block, you could then block with your swords, and then having to use a bloody daft thing that I've forgotten the name of. Do these work? But yeah, we'll sleep. I'm on the episode there. Thank you very much for watching, if you've watched all of this shenanigans. And again, two things, you know, or a few things, you know. Is this a series you want to see me do? Is this a series that you as oh no, is this as someone who does series on the YouTubes, something that you would be interested in doing a multiplayer of? So I just kind of want to, no, I'm going to do it. I don't want it dying on its arse. People only being interested once it gets to a certain version. Oh, for freak's sake. Oh no, this damaged the whole... You're damaging history. Oh yes, and back in the days when animals could, like, shove you off things. I think they've slightly added back. Or it's one way, like, you can shove sheep, but sheep can't shove you, which almost sounds therapeutic in some way. But yeah, that's a bit. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.